Welcome to the Fiorina Beauty Podcast, hosted by Patti. Be prepared to hear stories of triumph, challenge, and overcoming. Along the way, you'll learn a few things too. But most importantly, you'll learn one thing. Say Bella, which means you are beautiful. Welcome to the Fiorina Beauty Podcast.
Hi, I'm Patti with Fiorina Beauty, and today I have a very special friend that is on with us to kind of just share some of how she's feeling and what's going on. And so, with that, Melissa, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming, and I appreciate you taking the time because I know you're busy. You work a lot, and you don't have a lot of time off. So, thank you for taking the time on your day off. And so with that, I know you're super busy and you do several jobs. Kind of just tell me a little bit, do you have all the energy you want?
I do not. So, I'm a cancer survivor. So with that, I do struggle with my main side effect that I got from the chemo and the radiation and all of that was fatigue. So the fatigue is really, really a battle for me.
Wow.
And so I know it keeps me from being motivated. I lose interest in things really quick. So it might be something really exciting that I'm so excited to do or whatever. But then after giving it a few thoughts or whatever, I'm over it, And so,
wow.
So that's really hard.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
So that's mainly. And then due to the type of the cancer that I had, they had to chemically induce menopause for me.
Oh.
So I didn't naturally get to go into menopause.
Oh, wow.
It was chemically induced. And so then, don't even know what to do with that. The menopause belly is a thing. And I'm like, what?
You look great.
So those are my struggles. And so, of course, it's just, it affects my self-esteem.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. So when did that take place that you had to have that?
So I'll be in my fifth year remission in March.
Oh,
yay.
That's so great.
So this started about 5 years ago is when I got the diagnosis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the menopause thing, I guess they, after all my treatments and all of that, then they started, it's a pill that they give you and it just slowly, I guess, induces menopause. And
wow.
So then, yeah.
Do you still have to take that?
Yes. So I will be done with that March.
Wow.
So,
no kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
So they've been giving you this pill for 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Every day I take a pill. So, and it's been for 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
So it makes you feel tired, which that's what menopause does. It gives you the belly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm wondering if it's just on steroids because it's a pill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I would love to find that out.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. What else are you noticing since they have forced you into menopause? Because you're young.
Yeah. I should, naturally, I believe you got to be 55. I'm not that young. I'm 51, but 55, I think you naturally start going into menopause or.
I'm through menopause. I'm 61.
Okay.
So I forget when I started. I went through it and I did herbs. I did a lot of the things that are actually in Beauty Balance.
Yeah.
But I don't remember exactly. Yeah. So so they started you when you were in your 40s. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. Interesting.
So it was a type of preventing the cancer from returning because it had to do with my hormones.
No kidding.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's all interesting, and at the same time, it's kind of what?
Well, you're I lived it.
Right.
So it's not so
right.
great.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you'll be done with that in March.
Yes.
Oh, that's great news.
Yes. Praise God.
Yes, praise God is right. So what else have you noticed? So your hormones, are they just totally out of whack like most of us? Menopause?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why too. So I'm about maybe just, I know it's not much, but because of my height and my, because I'm small, like petite, 10 pounds is a lot for me.
Yes.
And it's just like, and I gained 10 pounds from the treatments and all that. Because, they do give you steroids. They do give you a lot of medications while you're going through all of it.
Okay.
So, so they kind of like have stuck to me. And then, and again, because of the fatigue and all the stuff, like I really don't work out like I used to. I used to love working out. Like I loved it.
Right.
And for like, I don't know, it's been maybe 2 years. I just can't get myself interested.
Well, I understand.
I'm just not interested.
Well, yes,
And
I understand. When you're tired,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, have you noticed your moods? Are you having like a dip in moods?
Yep.
And
Yeah. Like I went through the crying stage. I was crying
Really?
all the time, and I'm sure that has to do with menopause too. Like I guess it's like a depression type thing, but yeah. So past that,
Okay.
and but yeah, it was weird.
I'm fascinated that they just put you in this.
I know, like
Interesting. Like how in the world, right? Doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. No, that is a thing though, honestly, when your hormone levels decrease or just become out of balance. See, the body's made to be in balance. So anytime you affect any of that balance, especially hormones, because they're all designed to go in sync. So yes, your serotonin levels drop. So that's why it's all interconnected. So that's why we formulated, I'm not a formulator, like I said, but that's why the formulation of Beauty Balance is balancing hormones, but it's also putting you in a good mood. There's a good mood herb in there, but there's also a blend that is what we call the mood blend that is literally giving you that good mood, that elevated mood. It's addressing the stress, the anxiety, because it all goes hand in hand. But those levels need to be brought up because that is a symptom, yes, of just the hormones not being in balance.
Yeah.
Now, have you noticed anything else in regards to hormones? Because hormones it's such a broad term, and it affects from the young girls all the way up. It's not just something for us older ladies, right? It's
Right.
really
Oh, yeah.
everyone
Yes.
that's affected by it. Now, it shows up differently, maybe PMS, right? In the younger ones, because we don't have PMS.
Right.
Right. Yes. But, yes, the commons are the mood and the depression, the energy. Have you noticed the sleep maybe or mental clarity, mental focus? Have you noticed that?
mental focus. Yeah. It's
Okay.
like, I get the brain fog.
Yes.
Yeah. When I was going through my treatments, they called it, the chemo brain. So,
okay.
but yeah, now it's like, great brain fog.
Yeah. Which is prevalent on a few things. Yes, hormones, but also one of the things Beauty Balance does is it balances blood sugar. And if that is unbalanced, which by the way, that's a hormone, right? So that's why we're tackling this at the cellular level of balancing those hormones. But that is a classic brain fog, not that mental clarity, that just fogginess.
Right.
So so you'll have that mental clarity and that focus, that is so needed. Now, what about, because I know, the weight gain, the mental belly, as we call it, all of that is all interconnected. It's also very connected to blood sugar. That's why that's so necessary to be balanced, because we will store fat instead of burn fat. So the Beauty Balance will help you balance those blood sugars and then in turn go into a fat burning state, not a fat storing state. Yes.
Yeah.
So they're all working hand in hand. So have you noticed that you've got cravings and that type of thing, or crashes in the afternoon?
No, not really.
Just the brain fog.
But I am a snacker. I snack all day long. I'm like, stop snacking. So, and I don't know if that, if I'm a emotional eater. So if I'm stressed, I'm going to grab a snack. If I'm excited, I'm going to grab a snack. If I'm tired, I'm going to grab a snack. So yeah, that's me all day.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, I used to eat all day long because I had blood sugar issues,
Okay.
but I didn't know. I didn't realize. So I always had like nuts and, snacks and yeah. And now, I mean, I do intermittent fasting. I haven't eaten yet. I can go till 5 o'clock at night and not eat. And I never could do that before. That's a blood sugar thing. Yeah. Okay. So who knows? But I would love to keep track of that.
Okay.
So, we need to just kind of take some notes because I'm excited to see what you begin to notice.
Yeah.
That's what's just going to be so exciting about this journey. And I love, starting at ground zero, if you will, like we are today, because it really just gives us a great awareness, but it gives us a great gauge too. Like, okay, so we know that we have brain fog. We possibly, our snacking may end because when you balance those blood sugars, you will see an appetite decrease. It will decrease the appetite. Okay. You'll also notice that you might get full faster, right? Okay. And the snacking possibly will stop because if you just have that, you're full, you're satisfied. It almost won't be appealing because I've always been a snacker and I'm really not a snacker anymore. No, but I was for years.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to kind of keep track of that as well as, of course, the energy, the low energy. And like you said, too, just the elevated mood, the motivation or like you said, staying focused.
Yeah.
I'm excited to just watch that journey, right, as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So now, did they tell you when you stopped taking that pill that you could, did they tell you anything? I'm just wondering, is it gonna?
Well, I'll see the oncologist in March.
Okay.
And so, I definitely want to be ask him, okay, once I'm off this pill, do I go back to normal? Is my body going to have a reaction? If, do I need a detox? I would assume I would need I don't know.
Are you going to naturally go into menopause? These are the things that I'm thinking. Okay, so they've induced it, so to speak. And then are you going to actually, because you're still young. Yeah. So, I don't know. So it's something to think about and ask. And so it'll be exciting to follow your journey.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I went through with ease because I was taking I just didn't have this product years ago. So I had to, buy a lot of the ingredients and try to put it all together.
Find holistic ways to
yes.
combat it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that's really what, Beauty Balance is goal is to create that foundation, that cellular root, or that at that cellular level, that foundation, so we can feel great all day, no crash, no cravings, have that sustained energy, be in a good mood. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of mood stuff in there because it's so important, like you said, how can I go to the gym if I don't really feel like it and I'm tired? So this kind of, gives us that, hey, feeling pretty good here. I think I can do that. Yes, and just gives us that edge, if you will, to be able to conquer the day, right? And then, of course, balancing blood sugar and hormones, that's so key. It's so key to energy, to fat burning, to be able to not store the menobelly and to not have those cravings, or even that need to snack. Because like I said, I did that for years, just didn't realize I had unbalanced blood sugar. And I forget what the percentage is, but there's a very, very high percentage of people that have unbalanced blood sugar and they don't know it. So it's like an epidemic now. They're saying that it's I can't remember the stats, so I don't want to start throwing things out that aren't right. Yeah. But it's also very, very connected to also dementia, and there's a lot of things. So it's a very key thing that we want to have balanced on a daily basis. And we don't always eat the right foods in order to have that balance, and we can get ourselves out of whack very easily. So this is just a simple way, to wake up and mix a little scoop of Beauty Balance in a whatever you want, a shaker bottle or a glass, and be able to bring that balance within the body, right?
Right.
And then just kind of feel that nice, beautiful, sustained energy, and have an appetite that's decreased, And of course, when you're burning fat, that's energy. See, so it's all interconnected. Everything is connected, just like the body. The body is made all connected. Well, the formula is very synergistically blended to be able to look at the body as a whole, right? Our hormones and all that are all interconnected. And so, so I'm excited for you to try that.
Yeah, me too. Now, since it's like you said, hormone balancing thing. So can anyone of any age take it, or is this mainly just for the older women, or how is your product?
So the younger ones can take it. Great question, because there are herbs in there for PMS.
Okay.
And for the younger ones,
like how young? Like, do they have to be 18 or older, or can they be like?
Well, the label says 18 or older because that's just a kind of an FDA, kind of like you look at a lot of warning labels on bottles that they're required. We were required to put it on there, but I mean, they can,
Any young lady not menopausing, PMSing.
How old is she?
She's 15.
Yeah.
That's my youngest,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I was just curious, like, okay, can I give her some? Because when you say moods.
You're like, drink this. Yeah. It's all safe. It's all just herbs.
Oh, that's right. You did say it
But we're required to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Have that on the label. But
well, I'm excited.
Yes.
Bring it already.
Yeah, I know. We are so excited. And so we want to have you come back if that's okay. I know you're busy, but we'd love to talk with you again and just kind of follow this. And
of course,
it tastes great. And it's easy, just mix it with a little water or a smoothie and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about it again.
I'm excited. You got to do this.
Well, I appreciate you, Melissa, coming on today and just sharing a little bit about what's going on with you. Because we as ladies, we all can relate and we all have a lot of the same issues, which is what I found out for decades and how I even decided that this is what I wanted to target. So I'm excited. So one of the things here at Fiorina Beauty, we have a tagline that says, "Say Bella." That's Italian, "Say Bella." And you probably know this, right? Because it's very close to, right? Spanish?
Yes, Spanish.
Yeah, so very close, right? So "Say Bella" means you're beautiful. And so how would you say it in Spanish? Tú? How would you say you're beautiful in Spanish?
Eres hermosa.
Oh, that's
Or
pretty.
eres bella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty. Well, "Say Bella." And so thank you so much, Melissa, for coming on today. And I want to say to all of you beautiful ladies, "Say Bella" to you as well. I love you. God bless you. And thank you for tuning in. And I know that you're excited to tune back when we have Melissa come back again. So comment below if you can relate to anything that Melissa was talking about. And with that, I just want to say Bella.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the Fiorina Beauty Podcast. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights to enhance your wellness journey. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends and family. Your feedback means the world to us. Make sure to subscribe to the Fiorina Beauty Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. We release new content every week packed with tips, stories, and interviews to empower you on your path to beauty and well-being. Remember, your support helps us grow and reach more listeners like you who are passionate about living a balanced and radiant life. Together, let's continue this journey of beauty and empowerment. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and until then, say Bella. Thank you again for listening.